All right, here we are back for the finals of our draft. We are on the draw. Our opponent is mulligan. We are not. Our hand is very good. If we just draw two land of any kind, really, our hand is excellent. So we're not going to mulligan. We have a curve of Bodyguard and a Nomad, potentially into Battle to Reach with a Swords to Plowshares. So I'm not scared unless our opponent has some sort of busted, combo something going on, or Black Lotus is out something. I was actually about to say Black Lotus is out a Planeswalker. Then I realized that there are no Planeswalkers in this format, which is weird. I'm so used to, Cube, where people can, Black Lotus out Planeswalkers, but in Vintage Masters, every Planeswalker is actually modern legal, so you can't actually do that because there's no cards that are not modern legal. All right, well, we drew Forest right away, which is pretty great. Black red. I don't know what black red. All right. Kindle. All right. Well, he's dead. Ooh, Elephant Guide. I don't really want to cast Elephant Guide now that this guy's dead. Because he just uses a removal spell that is not damage based. Like if he has like an expunge or something, I'm in really bad shape, so I'm just going to attack. And say go. And is this an expunge? Oh, it's a solar blast. Okay. Alright. It's a little annoying. Shrinks my guy. Wish he was Elephant Guided now. Blazing Spectre. Alright, well, I'm definitely glad that I didn't Elephant Guide my guy now. Alright, well, I'm just going to Battle Screech. I guess you could Famine me here, and that would be really bad for me. But Thawing Glaciers, ooh. Is this? Oh, Mana Prison, okay. Wall of Diffusion, okay. And he's just, what is with people and just conceding? People just, I mean, maybe he just has no actual mass removal effects, but people just concede, like, for no apparent reason all the time, it seems like. Alright, so his deck looks like it's a pretty removal-heavy deck, which makes cards like Gaia's Embrace, Elephant Guide much less attractive, because I can't really play them into open mana very well. I do feel like Shelters seem good. Shelters seem great against this deck. And yeah, kind of just want to go with this. It's possible that I want something, maybe I want like my Thopter Squadron against him. Just as, sort of another like individual relatively large threat. Like I don't know how good, say, Soltari Trooper is or Brilliant Halo is against him. Brilliant Halo is actually probably fairly bad. It looks like his deck is much more a removal individual threat deck that creature enhancement effects are not going to be great against. So I think taking out Brilliant Halo and bringing in an individually substantial threat, maybe even Penumbra Worm. Maybe I even bring in Krosan Tusker and Penumbra Worm rather than this, because I mean, if I do get to 7 mana, Penumbra Worm is like almost unbeatable for a lot of black red type decks. Maybe I only want like 2 shelters. and the 3 bodyguards. I feel like these games have the potential to go very long, which means that the more expensive threats you have a lot of potential to be quite relevant. Let's try that. Maybe we want Thopter Squadron 2. Take out one of the only play 2 shelters. So maybe take out like. We didn't really see what he had as far as creatures go. Like I don't know if like Grunt or probably want to keep Trapper in. I can't imagine Trapper being all that bad at least. And we have the Mistmoon Griffin Wild Mongrel Penumbra Worm interaction. Goes to kill our Mistmoon Griffin. Boom! Penumbra Worm. Let's. I don't think inefficient, evasive creatures actually seem all that exciting against him either. Like Gust Cloak Harrier. Although actually he had Wall of Diffusion, which makes my ground creatures feel worse. You want to take out? Let's take out Gust Cloak Harrier. Let's try this. Maybe Soltari Trooper's worse because we saw he had Solar Blast. So maybe we want to take out a 1 toughness guy. Shiro's barking at something. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's barking away. Alright, this hand's not bad. Double Trooper, Grunts. I'm not gonna mulligan. If only one of these were. Ooh, sweet. If only one of these were a Wild Mongrel, it'd be a lot better. This Mirok Fiend. That's kind of annoying. Don't really have any way to kill him as Mirok Fiend effectively. Now I cannot surprise him with my Grunts. And he took my Grunts, so. Drew Bodyguard, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get Solar Blasted and feel silly for having this in over like the Gust Cloak Harrier. All Diffusion, okay. Even more reason I want Gust Cloak Harrier. Oh no, I'm so foolish. This. Some goblins. That's kind of annoying. All the more reason I really would like my Simian Grunt. Or even just a 2/2 flyer to block these. Spark Spray my guy. I don't think I care about that guy. I think I'd rather be able to protect something that matters than Bodyguard. That guy's just doing 2 damage. Rather protect like Roar or something. So many cycling lands. So if he attacks me here, like next turn, I can potentially afterlife that guy, get back to Simming Ground, cast Simming Ground if I want to. But that means that I'm not actually able to cast Roar if I draw a land the following turn, which is kind of annoying. See, I don't really like these against him now that I'm... Oh god. What does this do? He left 2 mana up? Alright, well, we gotta get rid of that guy. That guy seems unbelievable. He's using it, okay. You get a creature? Oh, he's... What the hell? That was just the bottom card of his deck? Oh my god. Yeah. Alright, well, we may be in some trouble now. He's just able to just chain this somehow because his bottom card happened to be a matron and he got another matron with it. Dear me. Alright. This card is really powerful. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble now. Alright, well, my bodyguard will block the matron. I will shelter my bodyguard. We'll choose red. Oh, he's got a... Alright, I'm dead. Well, I'm not actually dead, but I'm pretty much dead. Alright, yeah, I want to get rid of these Sultari Troopers. Seeing what his deck looks like now, I think Sultari Trooper is actually pretty unexciting. Oh, does he not have any other stuff to get with Matron? Okay, that explains why he got Matron the second time then. Alright, we're dead. So, yeah, we're going to take out these Troopers. These Troopers stink. He has, you know, his own relatively aggressive stuff. I think I'd rather have this, and I'd rather have... What else? Maybe a Vorian? Maybe a Giant Mantis? Maybe a Taros Faithful. Maybe I want to play some number of Tranquil Thickets in my deck. I didn't before because I was more concerned about curving, but although now I have a reasonable number of large things in my deck, so maybe I want to play... Maybe I just want the third shelter. I'm just going to play the third shelter. No, 3 shelters is probably too many. I want an actual creature. He has 2 Kindles, so I kind of just play a Giant Mantis. For a Mystic Zealot. Mystic Zealot's, I think, probably never going to actually turn on. It's probably better than Giant Mantis, though. We didn't really see any flyers in his deck. We do give him a flyer with Afterlife, but I think Mystic Zealot is probably better. There is, you know, we do have Mongrels. Did he play any flyers? No. Alright, let's go with this. I'm going to play 1 Tranquil Thicket instead of this. Now that I'm playing a Mystic Zealot. Maybe 2. Maybe even 2. We do have a Crozen Worm too. Alright. Now that we are less curve sensitive, I'm going to go like this. We'll play first. We will not mulligan. All right, sack this. We'll get planes right away. And play a trapper. All right, trapper down. I'm going to cycle this. Play another trapper. Well, we're getting close to Mystic Zealot. Well, I can take my Simian Grunt or my Shelter. Maybe I should have just grunted that turn. Alright, we will cycle this. Well, I'm glad I have cycling lands because certainly don't have any lands that do anything. So anyway, yeah, I've tons of land now. Despite sacking and cycling twice. So glad I had the cycling land this time. Oh god. Well, now I wish I didn't attack with that Benalis Trapper. I should have thought of that. Alright, I'm gonna cycle my Shelter. Maybe I'll draw Plow. Ooh, I drew Radiant Archangel. This can't be good for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh well, I'm almost to Mystic Zealot turning on if I do draw it. And I should definitely have the Giant Mantis in my deck anyway because I totally forgot about seeing Blazing Spectre in game 1. That was very foolish of me. Don't want to trade Mesmeric Fiend for my Benevolent Bodyguard? Oh no. Come on. Come on! What the hell? An Addle! The turn before I play my last card! Alright, well, now we are not in great shape. He's cycling that? I have a Benevolent Bodyguard in play. Alright, this does not bode well for us at all. All of Diffusion, that's fine. Ooh, Wild Mongrel, you're a card. gonna tap this now. Probably gonna play some even more powerful haste creature. I have 7 cards. I have Threshold. Uh-oh, he's got double red for something. Oh! Okay. I would like to draw Afterlife. I am so dead now. Visara against my green-white deck. Yeah. Why not? Why not? I'm going to tap Visara. And then I guess I'll use my bodyguard when he taps to kill something. Now he's going to kindle it, and I'm just going to be dead. Visara the Dreadful. All right. Afterlife me. Afterlife. 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 Okay. Now I can draw a Penumbra Worm, but it's not even good because he has a Visara in play. Could be just tapping Blazing Spectre, knowing he's going to use Visara, but I don't think it really matters too much at this point. Visara. I haven't played against that card limited in a long time. Ooh, shelter. Alright, we will shelter you green, or red. I'm dead. Alright, well, we got, not a bad finish for the first ever Vintage Masters draft we've done. I did not. I guess I had Source Plushes I could draw too. I did not anticipate this deck being able to actually beat the card Visara, so not really surprising that I would lose to it. I guess, I had Source Plushes or Afterlife that I could use to kill it, but ultimately, that game, my draw just was a ton of land. Despite a fetch and cycling twice, I ended up with 8 land at the end of the game. I guess cycling 4 times, including shelters. And the addle on my Archangel was pretty brutal when otherwise I at least would have had that plus Bodyguard plus Trapper. Ultimately, I think I would have lost to the Visara anyway, but it would have at least been a game. And I wonder if that attack with Trapper was too bad. Like I totally forgotten that he had Blazing Spectre in his deck. It just had totally slipped my mind since game 1. I almost certainly I certainly shouldn't have attacked, but I don't think that the extra land would have mattered at any point. It's not like I ran out of land and missed a land drop that was crucial at any juncture. But it was still a mistake. As far as the draft, I don't really know. My green was only okay. My white was clearly the core of my deck that was actually quite powerful. I feel like the bodyguards were excellent. Shelter was only okay. And I feel like the curve, the trappers were very good. The Toltari Troopers were very good. The green cards were fine. Roar of the Worm was clearly pretty powerful in the games where we were able to actually draw and cast it. Mongrel wasn't particularly impressive. Then again, we never actually drew early wild Mongrels, so it's hard to actually evaluate in that light. Simian Grunt was okay. In this matchup, it would have been pretty mediocre just because of Wall of Diffusion. It wasn't actually big enough to attack through that, and having Echo makes it so that it messes up your curve. So ultimately, I was reasonably happy with the deck and the draft. Definitely could have done some things differently. Certainly would have rather had that Nomad Captain than the card I goof grabbed. But yeah, definitely think that this seems like a pretty fun draft format. I'm pretty impressed with how Wizards has done, and maybe I'll play some more. So we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.